It's unbelievable. I'm done. I did it. I made it all the way through. I actually feel the best now than I felt all day. Yeah, it was a bad week. You know, I noticed too that when a lot of this media shit hits the fan, and there's nobody out there to defend us. The company apparently, I mean, they never say anything good about us. So go all the way back to when we were first discussing stuff with the teenage kissing girls and all the stories that have happened since. The company has never defended us once. Not even one time has TriMet, the company, defended us. And if you look at all these incidents, look at the teenage kissing girls, look at Chris Alexander, look at the kid on the first kid on Max. The second one was bogus, and they never did it. The media never did a follow-up story on the second Max door incident. Never. Interesting, huh? Because it clearly showed that it was bogus. But even the first incident where this father, as far as I'm concerned, the father screwed up. They fired the operator, but the father was the one who screwed up. But nothing happened. Every one of these incidents, teenage kissing girls took the next bus. Nothing happened. They just took the next bus. It was no big deal. The kid that got left behind was still there when the father got back. Nothing happened. And most likely nothing would have happened. Somebody would have taken care of the kid. The whole city's not full of rapists and child kidnappers. Chris Alexander, nothing happened. Nothing. He took some pictures. Nothing. It was nothing. Now Brian getting called the strangler. He got involved in a fisticuff. It was a fisticuff. I'm sure that guy said something to him. We don't have the story, do we? But we know that he must have had some real words, and so Brian got in a fisticuff with him. But nothing happened to the guy. Nothing happened. Now they call him a strangler. The point I'm trying to make is every one of these incidents that has been big media events, some of them have gone around the world, like the teenage kissing girls, there were no implications to any of the behavior. Nothing happened to any of these people. There were no bad ramifications. That was the point I'm trying to bring up here. The point that I'm trying to make is that, first of all, the company never says anything good about us, so they must hate us, okay? And Fred, where's Fred? He's useless. He's like an ornament. Fred's like an ornament, a TriMet ornament. He goes around and peddles his total transit system creation, and somehow he gets world acclaim for that. Okay, and then we have Mary, who every single time something happens, she is going to say how much the company, that's not permitted, or we're going to look into that, but she never actually defends. Nobody ever defends us. Now the union, who knows where the union is? Well, I can tell you where the union is. There's only 3 people up in that office. It's the president, the vice president, and the treasurer. It's not like they have a staff like TriMet does. TriMet has hundreds of managers and executives, but the union's got 3 people and a secretary. So they're busy doing their own shit. They don't have time to be dealing with any of this media crap. So I believe it's me. I'm the one that's elected apparently to defend TriMet bus drivers' honor in the face of this public bullshit. And the company, it's very disheartening. I mean, when you really think about what the company must want us to look bad because they never say anything positive. Becky Witt makes defensive comments, but she's undermarried. And Fred's any kind of crisis, Fred is like the ostrich, Anything that's bad, Fred is nowhere to be found. And yet he remains untarnished. Now, the next point I'm bringing up is, okay, they want us to lose benefits, or benefits is what they want us to lose. But the management really hasn't given up anything, have they? They haven't given up anything. They've taken a furlough this year. A furlough is not the same as a pay cut, because a pay cut means it's permanent. Furlough means next year they don't have to take it. You see, they haven't given up anything. They took a furlough for this year. They've given up no concessions about the $20 million coming up here. We all know that this budget crisis is not completely TriMet's fault. This is federal priorities in funding that's creating this. They want to fund wars. They want to fund all these stimulus crap that doesn't really help anybody, supposedly keeping people employed, while thousands and thousands of people are running out of unemployment. So that's a farce too, because they're not keeping anybody employed. Okay, all the things the federal government is doing is a farce. And transit just doesn't get the priority to be funded. That's just the way it is. Nobody gives a shit about transit, especially bus transit. Now, rail transit is a different story, because that will help developers put in apartments and shopping centers. And you see, that will help people that own property along the line. That will create money for people that own things. You see, where transit, you know, this type of transit, this actually helps people. And we all know we're in a country that doesn't help anybody. You know, you either have money or you die. In this country, it's criminal. You're a criminal if you don't have money. And if you're a bus driver, you're almost a criminal in this city, because we get treated like criminals. And we're expected to be better than the average American or something. We're supposed to be better than the American public. Now, how does that work? Why are bus drivers supposed to be better than the American public? How can police officers can actually shoot and kill people and it's not a big deal? And remember the incident where the fireman kicked the shit out of that guy? Just kicked the shit out of him. No big deal, no big deal. Those places stood up for their people, but not here. Not here, TriMet. And it's too bad, because TriMet is, you know, actually probably one of the better transit agencies, especially to work at. I mean, they're the only transit agency that has a real part-time job, for example, where you can actually stay here as a part-timer. All the other transit districts are just jobs that basically you're a slave, and you're lucky to have any money at all. You get no benefits, and you're waiting with bated breath to become full-time. And if you can stick through it, maybe you'll get the pleasure of being full-time. Here they actually give you a decent deal where you can actually keep a life and be a bus driver. So, you know, it's too bad. It's just too bad. It's a shame that everything has to be coming down this way. And I don't know how the contract and all that. I'm not part of that, and I don't know. But I hope the union doesn't cave, because we want to see free. Let's see you give a 10% salary reduction, Fred. Let's see none of this furlough crap. I'll take a 2-week vacation. Oh, lovely. And you won't get paid. But next year you'll get paid. So you didn't really give up anything, huh, Fred? Or Mary, or any of the execs. I mean, anybody that's taking a furlough is not really taking a reduction. They're taking a 1-year, 2-week salary, whatever. In Fred's case, it's $10,000 that he won't get this year. But he'll probably get a bonus on the other end that nobody will talk about.